Scored it out. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
At the 45-yard line. A gain of 4.
Here's a design run. And he's down. It looks like they made the stop with the... ...36-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did. Tote the ball himself for a big run.
Ready, set.
1st and 10 now from the 46.
Ready.
Milrow from the gun. His first throw is an interception. Rick Woolen with the INT. And look at the opportunity they've now got at the very start of this game, Brock. All thanks to the interception on that opening possession.
Yeah, they love to say that a running game is a quarterback's best friends, but right next to that bestie is a defense that can take the ball away for you.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
From the gun, Darnold. It's complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st and 10, Darnold. This is brought in. Big gain for Smith and Jigba. This one's going to move him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Gain of 26 yards there. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All set now. 1st and 10. Now Darnold. He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the red zone on 1st. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jackson Smith and Jigba with a touchdown. Myers gets the point after the go. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks nothing. Jason Myers to kick off.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go. Ready.
It's a design run for Milrow. There he goes, right sideline. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks will each pay dirt for the first time this game.
Kate, you saw me chuckling. You know I love celebrating that run, but you know what I really love? I really love watching those linemen And they just get to celebrate. They love an explosive play like that. Doesn't mean a long, extended drive, just a whole bunch of celebration.
Jason Myers.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So first down from the 41. Give up the gut to Walker. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. The presence of those tight ends works both ways, Brock. You know this. Gives them more blockers up front, but it also clues the defense in to be ready for that run.
Yeah, you could put 7 blockers up there, even put 8, I don't know, 9. All the blockers in the world, but if they don't work in concert together to create a lane, it doesn't matter.
Here's Darnold to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Cooper caught the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Well, he'd been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. A quarter down, 3 more to go for these NFC West opponents. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. About set for the second quarter. Seahawks football here. They've got a first to begin the frame. Now Seattle going to call its second timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. First and 10 from the 43. Here's Darnold. He just got rid of it, Brock, but he was still in that tackle box. This is going to draw the flag. Well, I've always wanted to ask this, and this feels like the perfect moment, Brock. Is there ever a time where a quarterback feels intentional grounding is actually worth it?
No. I don't think so. Not for your team, not for your play caller, not for your coach, not for the game situation. There really isn't a time. You've got to find an outlet, somewhere to throw that ball away safely.
It's his running back. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Just 1 yard on the run. That brings up 4th down.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Cup. That's Cup. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets him all the way down to that 15-yard line. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Looking inside the red zone. He smartly won't risk anything here. He just chucks this away.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's much too high and out of the end zone, incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Throwing is Darnold on third down. Brought in. He needed a little more room to reach that line. The stop is made in time. That brings up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Now, Brock, things are dead even as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lumen Fields coming right up. Mike McDonald, a defensive guy, but he's keeping his offense out there. They're going for it. And again, it's Darnold. And the call won't work out. That's incomplete. We're going to have a change of possession on the other side of our 2-minute warning.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge next time the ball comes his way.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. From the gun, Milrow. Taken in by Shaheed. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here we go, here we go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On third down, Walker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line. Off the play fake, Milrow. Headed out right. Moving right, airs it out down the sideline. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That is Nick Iwari. And the Seahawks take over inside the 35 after the interception and a spirited return. New set of downs for him from the 31. Here's Darnold, 1st and 10. To the left and pulled in by Cup. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on 2nd down. That playbook wide open.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
1st and 10 at the 12.
To the line and set. Here we go, 1st down. From the red zone now. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Gosh, I love how the receiver creates space from the defender, and even more so the concentration to make the catch. What he didn't have was enough real estate to get his feet in and make an exciting completion.
2nd and 10, Darnold. And this is going to fall incomplete. Well, they made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. Now it's 3rd down. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. It takes a special quarterback to thread the needle. He couldn't do it.
You know what that's like? That's like passing across your own crease in hockey, Kate. That's a big no-no. When you challenge double coverage in the end zone, then let me tell you, coaches don't really like that either.
He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Jason Myers to kick for Seattle.
Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. Set to return it. Here's Cody White. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And a great play is brought to an end as this one reaches the 35-yard line. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
So the big play moves him well past midfield, has him set up now at the 35. Throwing on first, here's Darnold. He'll get this to cut. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. You keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10. And off to Walker from the gun. And his charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
To throw, here's Darnold. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a first and goal.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on second and goal.
Listen, everybody in the huddle and on the sidelines sure want a little bit more from that run, but you didn't go backwards. Still in a great spot and can't wait to see what they do here on second and goal.
Walker again. And this is headed the wrong way. He's closed in on for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead, but did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
On third and goal, Darnold. Catch made. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much at training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he's got it in the end zone for the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks take the lead right away in half number 2. Jackson Smith-Njigba with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. One after up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And in the end, Brock. A pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive begins with a Walker run. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They gain 11 on that play. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
It's a design keeper for Milrow. Only able to get back to the line on that 1st down play, so no gain.
Man, it is tough to fool this defense with how they just react to these plays, Kate. They held that line, QB keeper, it gets 0.
No, they get him yet again! Along the right sideline, there's space! And they're going to score. It's a pick 6 for Seattle. Rookie quarterback Brock threw it away their last drive. It seemed like he might have been trying to do too much to make up for that mistake, and instead things snowball.
Yeah, these are the valuable lessons you have to learn from. You cannot be a mistake repeater. But being a rookie quarterback at App State, he threw 28 of them his rookie year. Sometimes you just learn on the job, but you cannot repeat those kind of mistakes.
He fields it from the 8. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Back to the air following that pick 6. And they pick him off again! And the Seahawks get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception.
Kate, unfortunately, I think we're watching a welcome to the NFL type of game for this young man. Tested after the first couple interceptions, and like they say, sometimes when it rains, it just pours.
Walker on 1st down. Nothing doing on the outside there. No gain on the run. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 43-yard line.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Darnold. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So rather than let the 2-minute warning hit, the defense burns the first of its timeouts.
You're just not going to win many games in this league when you can't generate a pass rush until the 4th quarter. You needed to feel the impact from this defense earlier and more often in this game. The lack thereof, well, it's a big part of what's put them playing from behind in the final stanza of this one.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Barner's got it, it's complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. The lead looks safe, but the pedal's staying down. They're going for this.
Go, set. Go, lady. Go, lady. Reset.
They'll try to throw. It's Darnold. This is a heater going deep. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. So a little too much contact on the part of the defender, and the officials flag him for it. 1st down from the 42.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Now a design run. Here's Milrow. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too.
And the Seahawks, 1st down.
Milrow with it on 1st. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up second down.
Brings up second and
Let's
10.
go now.
It's a design run for Millwood. And this fight good enough to gain about 4. It's third down. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the
19,
line.
Tiger, 19, Buffalo 18.
Throwing now. Escapes the pocket. Into the hands of his running back, Walker. Ooh, and before he can find any yards, he finds that sideline instead. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Desperation time here. It's complete. Play made by Cup. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with first and goal. Seahawks in their hurry-up offense. They need to get everyone to the line.
First down.
And he hits the end zone. Touchdown. I hope nobody left early, Brock, because we have still got a game. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Seahawks 15.
So down inside the final minute, they're ready to try the onside kick. And the Seahawks get a hold of the kick. That should just about do it for this game. Well, Brock, you can't blame him with how tough it is to recover an onside kick anymore. But he did hit it before it went 10 yards, so they had to throw the flag. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. This is brought in. Big game for Smith and Jigba. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with first and goal. They're going to pass it here. Pass it in close. That should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. Darnold and the Seahawks getting set to try for 2.
The Seahawks will line up.
All right, they're going to throw for it. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Reek Woolen with the INT. And they aren't going to get there. He's pushed out of bounds, and the try for 2 does not work.
27. Seahawks 15.
Here's Myers now to handle the
Jason
kickoff.
Myers to kick off for Seattle.
This one not close to where it had to go. This drive is going to begin from the 40. Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short. From the 40-yard line now, this is first and 10.
Go!
It's a design keeper for Milrow. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Lawrence on the stop.
Rod lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes second and 11.
Brings up second and 11.
From the gun, Milrow. Flushed out of the pocket. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket, genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Here we go, set.
Looking to throw it. Trying to push deep downfield. Brought in inside the 20. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Come on, come on.
From the red zone on first. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he is in for the touchdown. Still unlikely, Brock, but it's not entirely over just yet with this score.
What a great moment to celebrate and possibly educate this rookie as well, Kate. That's just tremendous effort. He shows off the speed that he has. But they'll go look at those tablets. They'll figure out if there was somewhere to throw it. But he showed you right there, when there's not, well, this kid can run.
Here we go, here we go.
Will line up for the
70
two-point
Lions.
conversion.
Here he is to throw. And he has it in the end zone for 2, and that's going to chip away a little bit at that deficit.
Seahawks 27, Seahawks 23.
So with hardly any game left, they have time for this kick and maybe a couple plays. And the Seahawks get a hold of the kick. That should just about do it for this game.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Back to throw. And he's not going to escape. The Seahawks brought the pressure, and they got him. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for second down. All right, got a timeout here. Just 8 seconds remaining in our ball game. Defense sent him packing back to their own side last play. Time to build on that with second down. He'll look to throw it. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a third down.
And it's third down. Third and long.
One final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. Setting up for the kneel down on third.